Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, where we continue with the 13th pauri or stanza of the composition Tithi, composed by the 5th Nanak, Guru Arjan. And we begin, as always, with the Salok. Salok तीन गुणा मह ब्याप्या पूरन होत न काम पतति उदाहरण मन बसै नानक छूटे नाम. So Nanak says, we are caught in the web of teen guna me Biapia, immersed in the teen guna, which is a reference to the three universals, sattva, tamas, and rajas, that constitute the three-dimensional world of Maya. It is these qualities of Maya that creates the world of phenomena and the world of our experience. And it gives rise, this combination of these qualities or universals, if you will, these are the building blocks of Maya. And together they give rise to desire in us, which, the Guru warns us, prevents us from accomplishing what our goal is. Puran hot na kam. Teen guna mein Biapia, puran hot na kam. We cannot accomplish our purpose because we are caught in this cycle of desire created by the triad of Sato, Tamo, and Rajo, the three gunas. We'll talk a little bit about the gunas. But freedom from this trap or this web, the Guru says, comes through Nam, which is saying that we have to embody in our person the virtue of self-knowledge, because self-knowledge at the end of the day is essentially expressed through our character, which is made up of our qualities. So it's pretty simple to understand. Freedom from the teen guna, the Guru says, comes through Nam. When you assimilate these qualities, then the self, who is the uplifter of the fallen, comes to our rescue and guides us with wisdom. Patit udharan man basai. Patit, impure, it simply means an egoic consciousness. Patit udharan, uplift, to rescue us from this, to carry us forward from this limited perspective that we have. Manabasa, then what happens? Nanak shuta nam. Shuta is to be freed. So the word guna, derived from the Sanskrit, is used variously. It is used to indicate a constituent, a thread, and even a quality. And the idea of triguna is extremely important in the Indian systems. It talks about how creation is categorized as consisting of three ontological constituents that we have just spoken about. In Sikhi, these are also called padarth, essential elements. So guna is also used in terms of quality, virtues that we just spoke about. And in their aggregation in our personalities, they are called sadguna. And their assimilation into our lives, into our character, is a primary goal of Sikhi. This is the substratum on which everything else is built. So the message of the Salok and the Pauri, and of the 13th Pauri, is that we live in a world that is governed through the matrix of the Tin Guna. It's a triad that governs us, that controls us, that causes us to feel incessant desire, that takes away from our real purpose. And we need to find freedom from Triguna. And then the Guru explains how that is done. And the pauri, as in the previous pauris, begins with the day of the lunar cycle. This happens to be the 13th. Tradasi. That is why he's talking about Tin Guna. 3 triads. There is this conception of triads within the Indian systems that Sikhi also speaks about. And as we said, we talked about the 3 gunas of Maya. We also talk about 3 different kinds of ailments: Adi, Upadi, Vyadi, mental, physical, and delusionary, that afflict us. So the idea of triads, or that the fact that reality is indeed 3-dimensional, the one that we are existing in. So just for information to keep at the back of your mind, that is the kind of world we are in. So he says, Tradasi tin tap sansar, avat jat narak avatar, har har bhajan na man meh ayo, sukh sagar prab nimakh na gayo, harkh suk ka deh kar badyo, dirag rog maya a-sabad-a-day, dineh bekar karat shram payo, नैनी नींद सुपन्न बरड़ायो, हर बिसरत होवत ए हाल, शरण नानक प्रभ पुरख दयाल. So, teen taap sansar avat jat narak avatar. So we talked about the 3 qualities, the 3 categories, and so again lays the groundwork by saying the world is afflicted by 3 types of disorders, and these are caused by the excitation of the 3 gunas, the movement of these 3 gunas. Tin tap sansar. Tap is a fever. So there is a fever or a movement that causes these disorders, and these ailments, as I said earlier, can be mental, ad, physical, byad, or delusional, upad. And it is these 3 that keep us moving and suffering through the hell of repeated incarnations. Avat jat narak avatar. Because of teen tap sansar. That is what happens. That's the cycle that we are caught in. And these cycles are obviously in the head. Har har bhajan na man mein ayo, sukh sagar prab nimakh na gayo. So because we are caught in this constant movement, we are unable to feel devotion and love for the herself. The Guru says that does not even enter the mind. Har har bhajan na man mein ayo. Not for an instant, he says, do we engage in living in praise of the Prabh self, which is the ocean of comfort that we are really looking for. You see, har har bhajan na man mein ayo, sukh sagar prabh. That ocean of comfort. Nimakh na gayo. Nimakh is a flash, an instant. So, such is our chronic and incurable condition of attachment to Maya, the Guru says. Dhira garog Maya a-sabad-a-day. A-sabad-a-day, where there is no cure for it. And it is a chronic condition, dhira garog. So as the Guru says, how may dhira garog hai? Daru bhi ismai. But here's the key. The solution is within it. And we are caught in the cycle of bodily pleasure and pain. This is what keeps us going. Harakh sog ka deh kar badyo. Deh is the physical body, as opposed to dehi, which is the inner cell, the inner body. Dehe kar badyo, we are caught in bodily pleasures. And our daily exertions are actually aimed at sensory gratification. Dine bekar karat shram payo. Shram, we exert ourselves day in and day out Bekar karat. Bekar is chasing vices. And in fact, we do it so much that even in our sleep, these desires assail us. Nani neend supan baradayo. That is to say, we experience them as nightmares. And this condition, the Guru tells us, is the result of forgetfulness, forgetting the herself. Har bisarat hovat e hal. So as we have talked often, this forgetting or forgetfulness is an illusion that the Creator has instilled in us because this is the game that is being played. And so we need to play this game and escape this condition. That's the goal of the game. So Nanak says, in order to find escape, in order to score the goal, if you will, find shelter in the wisdom of the compassionate self. Sarana Nanak Prabh Purkh Dayal. Find that shelter, and you will break this cycle. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.